I got feelings about it. I think everybody does.
In an interview on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast released yesterday, Jeremy Renner weighed in on the really fanboy scenario that the original 6 Avengers are going to come back for another war.
I think the guys that died, I think they have feelings about it.
Well, Jeremy, you don't have to hold that thought because Jodie Foster asked, and definitely was not fed this question by Variety producers. No. She asked Robert Downey Jr. about returning as Iron Man.
Would you think of putting the suit back on again for Tony Stark?
Now, when Robert discussed this topic with Joe Rogan in January 2020, like 8 months after Endgame came out, he was feeling a bit more definite about things.
I got to go have dinner with a bunch of the Marvel folks last night. It was this kind of real, felt like closing the circle on things a bit.
Over 4 years later.
Speaking of Renaissance and coming full circle, I've become surprisingly open-minded to the idea.
Yeah, the idea of returning. So you return. I'll let Jeremy take it from here.
It feels great. Nobody died, and what happens here? How does it happen?
There are no consequences.
There's no consequence because we can just multi-universe you and your death doesn't mean anything, right?
Iron Man.
To start it up what is the reason? What is the story?
Yeah, the moment of jubilation will quickly be followed by. Now what?
Because do you have to do more after that? How do you ever resolve this?
Right. I'm a broken record on this. Tony Stark's death was fantastic. It was the perfect completion of a character arc.
Look at me. We're gonna be okay.
His and Black Widow's death brought emotional weight to Endgame. There was consequences, like they said. The heroes can die.
Please no.
It's okay.
There's no reason to bring him back. Robert played Iron Man / Tony Stark in 10 films, I think. I got the count right there.
It's crazily in my DNA. Probably the most like-me character, strangely, I've ever played, even though he's way cooler than I am.
And a lot of Marvel fanboys have this romanticized, I'll be generous and call it romanticized, recollection of, Robert as Iron Man, like he was the only thing that made a Marvel movie good. Do we not remember that, Iron Man 2 is basically saved by Scarlet? And then Iron Man 3 was kind of propped up by Gwyneth. Neither one was a very good movie.
I got nothing.
And there's absolutely an element that some of these people are racist comic book or Marvel fans, that they don't like the diversity that they're seeing in some of the other projects. So they're sabotaging those works. And then, saying, going back to the idea that only white guys can play superheroes. That's part of the motivation to get Robert back. And Robert should recognize that. Now, part of me wants Robert to come back now because I'm so sick of this narrative. That I want him to come back and everyone will be underwhelmed by his return. That, he'll finally kill this narrative that he's the savior of comic book and the first actor to do an interesting performance in a superhero movie. Now, Jeremy, a.k.a. Hawkeye, I'd say is the least appreciated of the Avengers 6, and he's very much alive still.
Yeah, I'm always down for it, man. I think it'd be great. It'd be awesome. I'd love to be with everybody again, but
But while there have been reports of a season 2 of Hawkeye, the Disney Plus series, that's news to Jeremy at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gone down any of that road with anybody at Marvel about it. So
Hawkeye was enjoyable. I hope there's a season 2. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Iron Man's Resurrection and more of Hawkeye?
I don't know what that is.